Toyota fans, don't come for me, but I think we need to talk. So in the past 1 week or maybe past few weeks, I had a client and we were trying to bid for some unit or some options. He specifically wanted either an Axela or an Atenza. And we were trying to scout for cars that are within that budget. So the client was working with a budget of around 2M. Of course, can stretch to plus 200 minus 200. That's what we were working with. And in the market recently, Mazda Xelas, they are quite limited. The demand is high, so making the price to go a bit high. But luckily, we won for a unit. But this engagement with this client is what sparked the conversation that I'm about to have today. And I personally feel like Toyota is not the king anymore. And I have a few reasons why I'm saying this. Well, there are aspects where Toyota wins. Like, for example, the resale value for Toyota cars is usually high, or you can say the Toyota cars are hotcakes. But if you're buying a car solely on the resale value, then you could be playing yourself, or you could be missing out on so many things and so many features that competitor brands are bringing in the market. For example, if you can look at a car like an Axio and a Fielder, these are good cars. They are practical cars. They're in the same category as Axela in terms of budget. Let's be candid here. For a client that is looking for a good sedan car, they might shy away from a car like a Toyota Premio. And this is for sure because, for example, for a younger person, they would feel like Toyotas don't appeal to them as other brands like the Mazda, Subarus. Although I have something against Subaru, I'm personally a Subaru enthusiast. But my only reservation with Subaru, yes, they're fast cars. Yes, it's a very, very fast car. Actually, I feel like it's the fastest car that we have on our Kenyan road. Although, if you're not careful, or if you go for one that is in a poor condition, I tell you about grades and mileage. So if you go against that, the only fast thing about your Subaru is going to be how fast you land at the garage. And that's beside the point. We were discussing about, Toyota versus other brands and what I feel about that. So, an Axela or an Atenza is likely, even a Demio is likely to appeal more to a younger person compared to a brand like Toyota. And this is fact. Confirmed, proved, and tested. It has a sporty feel, a car that looks good, a car that is stylish, both at the interior, at the exterior. Something that I'm loving about the Mazda is what they are doing in their design. The interior, the infotainment system, it's classic, it's premium, the quality. If you're going for a leather seat, the quality of that leather is, it's premium. The fabric seats are also looking beautiful, the patterns. And when we're looking at the exterior, it's still looking beautiful. We have some LED lights for some options like, Axelas and Atenzas. It has just a better, sleeker cars, aggressive grills, premium looking finishes. Yani the car looks a bit upmarket. And who doesn't want that? Of course, not me and you. Now, for a client that is looking for a good sedan, in the past few years, they would quickly set their eyes on something like a Premio. But right now, when we try compare it to the likes of Axela and Atenza, they win by far. And in terms of something like, tech features, safety features, the styling of the Mazda, especially the Atenza, is top notch. I personally feel like Toyota are playing safe because arguably Toyota is a very reliable car. But that is where the conversation ends. When we look at the interior, the styling and the exterior of this car, there's no much change they have done. They've still retained the same engines. There's no bold tech. Imagine at this era, there is no real innovation. Same dashboard since forever. You're gonna pay more for Toyota just because it's a Toyota. Is that worth it? No. Do we need to be paying brand tax at this era? Do we need to be going for overpriced brand or paying brand tax just because it's a Toyota? I really don't think so. And remember, all these are my opinions. Yes, and I'm allowed to change my mind and to dissect things differently and look at things from different angles, different point of views. I have to say that Toyota is playing safe. Look at other brands like the Mazda and look at what they are doing. Something like a Mazda Axela and Mazda Atenza. Just look at something like a Mazda gives better value for money. Let me tell you one truth that, that I know. Now, believe it or not, you are able to get a fully loaded 2018 Mazda Axela for the same budget as a 2016 basic premium. Guys, digest that. Yes. Now, the other con about the Toyota is the fact that they are really targeted by thieves. Something like a filter is a hot cake. Thieves really prey on that car. Something I love about Axela and Atenza, they kind of fly under the radar. It has a sportier feel, looks beautiful, but then gives value for money. And also, you don't pay much for insurance like you would for a Toyota because of that theft risk. Where I personally feel Toyota wins is the fact that their spare parts are widely available and also it has a good resale value, of course, because of the brand name, and the fact that there are more local makes that understand the Toyota brand or how to repair a Toyota car. This is because this car has been in the market for a very long time. But as we are speaking, there are upcoming makes that are handling the Mazdas. There's some that I watch their content and I'm like, yo, you're doing a good job. And there are makes that have started understanding these new brands that are coming up, something like the Mazda, and the newer brands. We're looking for a better design, more features, and a better handling, then there are other brands that have proved to be or to give Toyota the competition that it deserves. Now, do I think Toyota deserves a crown? The only crown that I can vouch for is the new 2024 Toyota crown. That one looks beautiful. But Toyota as a brand, there's some improvements that they need to do. I'll even give you a good example. Now today in the market, if you have a budget of 4.5 million and you're looking for a Toyota car, there are other good options that you can be able to get for the same budget. More luxurious, more luxurious brands or more premium brands. So just hit me up, then we'll have a conversation, about these cars that I'm talking about, any other car that you might, be feeling like you need us to talk about, or anything that, you might want to kuongea ikutoke. Yes.